Glaive's pushing mid rather than going up short, as you have your eyes on Reddit. Once again, Astralis just forcing the issue quite literally in the pistol round.
Yeah, being super aggressive is they're trying to outshoot VP here. VP though having Glocks and USPs, and Astralis coming out on top there with 2 kills up in the middle. Device though is going to risk it for the biscuit, but only gets headshot and is able to fall back. So good news by Astralis. They got information. They pushed Virtus Pro back into these B halls. And now with VP, they don't have any utility or anything here taking this B bomb site, so they're going to have to hit this headshot, get the kills early so they can jump out and secure the site.
And they go jumping past the first angle. One shot from Xyp9x as Device has got his position yet. He has 3 versus 2. Xyp9x trying to buy time, trying to they need to eliminate him as quick as possible, and a bomb carrier has to go and do that. All of a sudden, it's a 1 versus 2. Magisk knows where both players are now. One plays towards that bench position, and the bomb continues to make its way towards a planting position. Morel's in the red, allowing the bomb to go down at the very least. And there is the pistol round for Virtus Pro. Now, I'm wondering if Device, if he forgot to buy last game, or if he was eco for AWP because he bought his Kevlar, as you can see in this particular round.
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe it's something that maybe nice to know. But I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting. You'll see it a lot more. Maybe just guarantee a 2nd round off. But again, if you get 1 kill, I think you still get an AWP. I think you can still get an AWP maybe if you get one kill if you buy out pistol.
Clean USPs in this round. I've started doing that smoke now from T-spawn where you run sideways.
Me too. I've been doing that too. It's nice.
Yeah,
it's easy.
It is. It's like once you go up the little stair thing, you release, and off you go.
The other ones are little, I guess, more room for error. If you like release a little too, you know, like those run walk ones or jump ones. It's just if you just a little off, it might miss. But with that run, I guess the flush it one, as people call it, it's pretty consistent. It's pretty easy. Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to mess up.
Yeah, and life is a lot easier in mid when you're smoking off the window every single round. It's
so annoying to deal with as a CT. You have to kind of give up window. You have to play more aggressive towards either catwalk or connector, or you have an option just to kind of give it up. Sometimes CTs will just play 3 in mid, so if you do have that smoke middle, you kind of creeped up on the ramp a little bit. I try to catch the T's off guard, so it definitely makes you play a different style, because you don't really want to sit and win with an AWP in the smoke. I mean, you can with a rifle, maybe be sneaky, but you're still taking out of the equation.
Device pulling players towards him. Oh, how's he got a frag out of that one? 2 versus 2. I don't think they'll be able to rescue the gun. They've got to try and make people gravitate towards them. Mihu survived this. Oh, the knife is out. Still going for the kill. Got a bonus money, but it did end up being more expensive for them.
I don't think that was worth it. That's pretty expensive to... I mean, he's going to have to rebuy a gun, but now he's to rebuy armor.
Yeah, 600 for the kill, $1,000 for your Kevlar.
And not only a money thing, but you kind of gave us... I mean, Astralis is a team that really don't need confidence, but you kind of hand them a little more confidence every time you die by like a USP or something. It gives them a little more extra, peaking power mentally.
So Devices lined up before the smoke popped off. Tried to find good timing as they crossed out into mid.
I'm surprised he wasn't spammed back. If I ever do that in Pugs, I get spammed by 3 people. Just all the time.
I try not to throw the more obvious smoke on Mirage like in the window, because I think like if I'm playing in the game, pretty much everybody else only knows A with smokes. No one knows how to like smoke connector from top mid or something. So I feel like my smoke grenade has a lot more implied value than anybody else's. But you can't even get people to smoke the window consistently. So I've just given up.
It's hard. I know exactly that feeling too.
Yeah.
It's like you have to save your smoke for that special awesome smoke because no one else knows how to do it.
VP now with 2 rifles left. Now Mihu will hear these sound cues from Device running towards the A site, so they know where one of the players is, but how much information do they have for the remainder? Magisk with an easy frag, and Pasha won't be too far behind him. for Astralis's first round on the board. Almost, but not quite. AK collected.
Yeah, but look at VP. They've lost so much in that eco round that they have to make a decision. Do we force buy? Do we full save? In my opinion, I mean, you're probably going to have to double save regardless, so might as well full buy. Try to get the bomb down, maybe get lucky. Just trying to figure out the spots right now.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was doing some wild stuff. Virtus.pro always have crazy lineups. So it seems it will be the fabled A with smokes from Virtus.pro. And that's an example of why it's good to hold on to your Molotov as a CT rather than deploying them all straight away, because when you have the execute come into Mirage, it really makes it hard for Ts to position themselves. You know, now just hiding in the smoke. They seem to have an idea that he's there. Everybody's spraying towards him.
Not even close. And you see Astralis, what they did that round, they took over middle. They jumped out window to push the ramp so that window smoke won't affect them. They didn't see anyone in middle. They've got B, they didn't hear anything, so they maybe had a good idea. Hey, it's going to be A execute. And by the time that the smokes were coming towards A, Astralis already had 4 people in that bomb site. Just waiting, pouncing, hungry.
Shooting gallery time for Astralis. There's a cover for the lower area, the grenades as well, and this will be a very brief one. And now Astralis are in the lead. Pasha 0 for 5 at the moment, not having his best time.
You know, I'm not a big fan of just, even though it's an eco, just to get it over with. I was never a big fan of that. It seems like it's very common. And VP, I mean, they're literally all dead by 135 in the round. Why not slow it down, try to, I guess, slowly chip away at Astralis? Yeah, obviously, you might not win the round. Try to get a kill. Try to get a rifle out of their hands. You know, make them buy more. Don't just run around and try to, you know, get it over with.
So see there's some trouble in the underpass. There are pop flashes. I think Astralis no pop flashes. So if you have somebody in the underpass just hiding in that wall, it's a really nice pop flash if you've got somebody near the window, which lands just below the peak of the arch, so you do not see it coming. Device will hold on to things for now. He pulls a grenade out, and Morels will punish him for it. 4 versus 2 now, so this has become a very expensive round for Astralis. But to add to your previous point, I think it's always, especially if you're on the T side on eco, a frag with a P250 has so much value. It costs like $5,000 to your opponent in most cases. So, and even if you're unlikely to do that, just exhausting the utility, it has its own value.
It adds up in the long run. Like you know, you have to play for that 1% at this level. You know, chipping away and just slowly wear them down.
4 players for BP. Planting the bomb on A. And I think it's a question of saving for Magis. That money will quickly disappear for Astralis, although he is a little ahead of his opponent, so maybe he chooses to thin some of the numbers out because VP have no cash. So I would say at this point, VP can't particularly afford to lose another player in the hunt.
Yeah, you look at their money, there's 600, 100, 300, 400, 100. Very low money, and they need to start pulling rounds together because, you know, you don't want to get reset by Astralis. Makes a very uphill battle against them because, you know, Astralis can win any situation. It seems like they've proved it before, so you kind of want to try to be as cautious as possible at this kind of point. And Magic's got kind of maybe a little too much there. He didn't need to throw a nade in that situation. Now he lost an AK and armor, which hindsight we'll see if it'll affect Astralis, but no, that wasn't that big of a necessary thing that he should have done. Play it safe, you know.
Pasha with the AWP. Maybe it's spawn-based. Walking out, he's completely blind thanks to a support grenade, and Device is cleaning up a quick peek while the AWP is on cooldown. And 139, it's a 5 versus 2. This has happened very, very quickly indeed. But that was such perfect timing on the flashbang. Pasha ran out, and that's something not everybody would do. They may stop in their tracks. Snatchy still alive though, still a problem. Wasn't Mihu spotted in T-spawn? Perhaps he was. I think Mibr fired off a shot, so now 2 versus 4 situation. They can't go towards A from T-spawn. So VP are very limited. Their map control, well, their map options, not even control, are mid. And B, as you can see, Zipex is on the bricks, which means he is hidden from mid, but he can see people moving into connector. So that's why it's important to smash open the crawl space from ladder room to mid if you can. That Molly shouldn't touch him. He can always jump back into the window as well. Maybe he hears the scope of Snatchy, so he can tell his teammates where they are headed and eliminate one of them. That leaves Snatchy alone now without the bomb, with 40 seconds on the clock.
Michu even had the 1-up, and he still got outshot.
Ooh!
On Snatchy there. Nice little shot, but bringing it into a 1-on-3 situation with only 30 seconds left. I think he's going to try to save this AWP, but I feel like Astralis might try to slow peek him, maybe try to pinch him. They are low on money, so they might not do it. As we see Glaive here, or is it Debris, kind of pushing off through that spawn. Pushing BOs. And now they've found Snatchy in the hall with 3 seconds left. He's gonna pray that his die with 0 seconds. Snatchy's thanking the CS Lord for not dying at 0 seconds. That'd been so bad for them.
You can see the blue line top right. That's the flash assist from the A bomb site. Really, really nice stuff.
Always playing for each other.
Have a look at that later. That was clean. That's like one of the most satisfying kills. The flick as
Feels
well.
So good.
Yeah.
You just see the tip of their head. Like, you can't jump peek me.
Dupree now.
He's up in the window.
Yeah. Quickly jumping on the table support, something I never managed to do quickly. But he'll say to his team, connector's open. I'm watching the smoke. Poor timing from him there. I think was just double scoping at the wrong time. These players are on pistols. Transfer from device. And it's on to the next one. These ecos are indeed brief. But they lost 2 players there. That's like $10,000+ in damage that Virtus.pro just did. And there's plenty of Counter-Strike to be played in this first half. So they may have something to say in the proceedings. Come.
Just a little bit. Right now, Morels decided to buy a little late. But look at the utility on VP. It's very low, very limited. So I'm thinking maybe they have to do like a pick strat to try to get a pick early. As Zipnix will be peeking down this tunnel to give VP a chance to get this kill. And Morels takes out Dupree, but Zipnix will take him out in the process, making 1-for-1. Look at Snatchy being the aggressive just entry offer. But Device, too smart.
Surely he heard Device. That's really strange that he didn't realize that he was on the balcony from the activity that we saw in the X-ray. Just in time. I didn't think his M4 would be ready. He has no idea where he's being shot from. How has Pasha made his way onto the B bomb site? Well, it won't matter anymore. This is turning into absolute madness, and we've got a CT and T spawn as well. He will have heard Neo. Seems Neo's heard him. Got to jump on him. So 1 versus 2. This is still doable for Neo. We have Glaive now moving into that short B position. Holding an off angle for now. Creeping back slowly. He's going to rotate to A from... Yeah, I'm going to go to safe away. Still got Device on the B bomb site. Creeping up short, in fact. No fear from these players. I think Device is holding a really unusual off angle. You would not expect to have somebody standing here. So if Neo swings wide, he's not going to be holding this angle at all, as you can see, but he still gets the kill. Off he goes. 1 versus 1 now. Neo needs 1 more frag. You can see Glaive not past the window just yet.
Interesting playing plant there. Is he maybe afraid of the halls or something? I don't know.
Oh, he spotted him just in time. Neo will clutch the round for his team. That's the kind of Neo we want to see. Almost making it to AWP, but not quite.
Yeah, great job, Neo, kind of coming back from his last map, making a way bigger impact way earlier in the game. This 1-on-2 situation was huge. And just a little bit of life in the VP. And now Astralis is on the ropes with money. They buy a double op setup, so they're putting it all in the basket.
So it seems Glaive is throwing the support flashbang to top mid from triple.
Yeah,
I saw it on the radar there.
It's pretty good for people peeking if you're opping, like, so if the T's get that fast spawn and just jump towards the middle, that flash will kind of mess up your scope, your opping, so it has that slight just second of I can't see anything, which gives a window chance to peek the window of that coming off spot. And of the mind games of Astralis, you know, from that last run we thought Device should have died in the halls, but he threw 2 nades in that one corner. and the guy still didn't wide swing him, which I find is unbelievable. If someone's tossing nades right next to me, I'm wide swinging immediately. I'm sure a lot of people do it as well. You can kind of see that Virtus Pro maybe a little shaken up playing against Astralis.
With smokes once again. Glaive will be standing in triple now. Is he going to be playing off of some of his teammates? Not revealing himself just yet. Morale taking, making assumptions really. Neo getting team killed as the spray comes in from Pasha to take Glaive down. And now the smokes have gone and the bomb has not been planted. Miyu picked off, nice flick from Device. And it's down to Snatchy and Pasha.
The oppers on the bottom is funny.
Yeah,
makes sense though.
It's just the right way around. Pasha making some inroads. The scope has been heard. Zipx on AWP, don't see that every day. 3 kills for Pasha so far. Last 2 players still in CT. One of them facing the rear now, just in case. Bomb will get planted. Off the boost they go, and that's Pasha gone. Last player Snatchy, he doesn't get it done either, and Astralis continue the winning ways. Round number 6 in the bag now for them.
They make it look too easy. It's not that easy. It's not. They make it look way too easy. Everything they do, their timing, their peeking, it just is always right. It must feel good to be always right in CSGO.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain about that. And the money's not there for Virtus Pro. They've just been reset.
They've been reset. They do have little mates. They're probably going to save and buy next round, get P250s, a couple smokes, a flash. So, VP not doing too terrible, 4-6. You see, again, Astralis, they jumped out the window. The smokes are coming, so they're going to adjust to that. Push the middle, didn't see anything, fall back through connector. And Dupree's opping over Device.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's position dependent, perhaps.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be spawn dependent, but also position dependent, so things don't get too messy. Always with that flexibility. They've taken Astralis by surprise now. Snatch you with AWP, that's not what you want.
Ooh. Nice shot by
This
Snatchy.
was, they just had P250s and bits and bobs in this round. And it's turned into this, 2 versus 5 for Astralis.
And it's good because they slowed it down, you know? They didn't just rush it the away.
Now, none of these players have Kevlar in this round. That may be the saving grace. You can see Glaive trying to bait the shot up, but there's only so much he can do. And a weird round, but it's a very important one for Virtus Pro. And look what it's done to Astralis. We may even have Virtus Pro leading at this half because of this round.
Oh yeah, definitely. Now Astralis going to have to save. That round was so expensive. I think they were pretty much like $0 for the most part. You see 1,500, 2,000. That's pretty much a bare minimum. Forcing Astralis to a 4-spy. For double round save. And now the ball is in Virtus Pro's court. They have the momentum and the pace. They can control this.
So far, so good. Danger lurks, though, around the short position, and they'll try to capitalize on a distraction in the flames. Surely he's going to go. You're hiding in the corner. There was a player top mid. Will he save him? No, he's completely rotated off. Snatchy just left him to die. The bomb is in Palace at the moment, spotted now by Glaive for a brief time indeed, and now only Zipx remains, so Miyu has done very well here.
Probably seen back up that one. I'd like to see VP maybe do something a little different than just their default. It seems like they've been taking mid with the same smoke, same people for a lot of the rounds in a row now. And I think Astralis is pretty good at defending for the most part.
Now, if Zipx gets to the bench, he could see Miyu's head, but of course he knows the player is towards the ramp, which is a problem as well. Snatchy's gone walkabout all the way towards the Palace. Well, there he is, and there he goes. 6-6.
Ichu saving the round for VP. That looked pretty... it looked like the round was going to go to Astralis in the middle of that. Again, with VP always taking middle, there's so many angles that they can get shot from, you know, in the middle, catwalk, window, connector, underpass, whatever. So maybe, you know, try to mix it up a little bit. Try going more towards A, maybe more towards B. Get some love in B, and Snatch gets the free right off the bat, but here's the rush. And just like that, Michu and Snatch, he takes them all out. It look way too easy.
On to the next one. Virtus Pro now in the lead. No AWP for Astralis. They will be limited in the and what kind of nonsense they want to get up to. We won't see the Astralis of rounds prior, rather, in this particular one. 2 rounds remain in this half. Where's the Vice up to? Makes it up to a short position. Dupree, not sure if he didn't manage to block the smoke at all. That's a Mihu-esque smoke, funnily enough. He throws a smoke similar to that, which allows him to look into the underpass and also over towards top mid. In the meantime, VP looking to clear out the A site, and Pasha had good angle, but Clave will shut him down. Snatchy, multiple targets, managing to get back behind the wall. Rotation towards CT. The bomb's coming up towards T ramp. There's Morels now from the connector position. Fast moving, falling off, I think, is Pasha. Zipex in that CT position. Pasha's throwing Snatchy with the AWP, taking a shot. He's blind. Zipex running out. Bullets so close. If he had more bullets, he might have won that, but he didn't, and he didn't. 8-6 now. Virtus.pro will lead at half time, but by how many rounds?
We will see in Snatchy, though. I just love his offering. It's so, like, unorthodox. You know, Opper in that situation maybe would be looking more T-spawn or CT spawn. But he was on top of the stairs looking towards connector and jungle area, completely ignoring spawn. It's a little risky in itself, but it pays off. And again, Snatchy with the entry off, he's been huge with his entry kills.
Yeah, on Mirage, it doesn't always work this well, which I think maybe is more indicative of team issues than Snatchy himself, but I think this is one of the maps where he can be devastating. They're up now Virtus.pro against 3 scouts. One of them getting boosted in CT. Now, often you don't want the Palace player peeking all the way towards CT spawn, and he will get taken out. There's another one there picking up a weapon. Now 2 scouts remain, both in CT spawn. And I can't say I favour Astralis for this. Mihu delivering with the AWP. Now Zipex is sending a sniper rifle again, and it will be a headshot from Mihu. 9-6 for Virtus.pro at halftime.
A different VP that we've seen before. Momentum, confidence, and they kind of just wore down Astralis at half, especially with that eco kind of just completely shifted the momentum in VP's favor. We talked earlier, just, you know, you don't have to rush it. Don't force it. Let it come to you.
How about that?
Like
4 P2000s and 1 USP.
That is interesting. I'm not a fan of the P2000, and it's not a fan of me.
I think this is the most I've seen on a CT pistol that I can think of pretty much ever.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen 4 P2000s.
Oh, here we go. So far, so good for the P2000s. 3 Ts left. Dupree moving into the B bomb site. Now they've got a 2 versus 1 with Pasha dancing around the pillar. And there's only so much time he can buy. There is a flank coming in eventually from Snatchy. That's a big frag from Pasha. And Snatchy will take out the bomb carrier Zipex, leaving Glaive in mid position. This nice Ruby Veo.
This could be a 0 for 4 pistols for Astralis.
It might well be. I wonder if he's been heard.
The ball's right in the middle.
How did the ball get there? Like, honestly.
You just keep kicking it, though.
Looking for a flank. There's no flank. See, this is where you're trying to walk. This is what I'm talking about. That's why. That's literally the example I was looking for. Why that ball is a problem.
It's perfectly planned by Pasha.
Still 1 versus 2. 24 seconds. Trying to cover his drop. Oh, has it worked? I think they've got no idea. There we go. Snatchy's realised, but he's only had to 1 bullet now. Fast reload. 14 seconds. Still got to find one of these 2 players. Really made a good effort there, but it was not to be. But yeah, that bloody ball.
Made it very difficult. Almost had the angle on that guy in the B bomb site. And again, a lot of submachine gun buy, especially on the CT side. This is more of a longer range map, and I would have expected maybe more FAMASes, maybe even drop guns. You know, what about dropping an M4? A little risky, but you don't have head armor and whatnot. I don't know. It's something to explore.
Yeah, it's. I don't think there's a perfect solution to this round at this point. But definitely on Mirage, you can get a USP in there for the guy in the window. Well, Magic has got a deagle. But then I suppose it's risk reward. How many players do you have with pistols? And a potential reward, at least with the USPs.
Yeah.
You don't even need to get an upgrade because of the range, the one-shot range, but here we are.
So Astralis is this strat on the map where they smoke window and catwalk right away a lot of times. It's like kind of almost similar to their default, and this puts pressure and the mid guys to make it up, but I don't think they did this round. They opted for a top middle smoke and connector Molotov instead. Saving their smokes for possibly like what they take, or a Palace take here. That's 2 kills for Virtus.pro off the bat. Zipnik's taking out Mibr before being killed.
Full rotation from VP. It's a T-smoke off connector and jungle. Now Glaive creeping through, but hasn't seen the CTs in time. Mirage can be heard reloading. Oh, the grenade. Oh, that would have been him gone for sure. Now what does Magis do? The longer he takes, the more CTs are going to be in better positions. So he can't hang around too long. 12-6, Virtus.pro now have doubled the score. Are Virtus.pro going to ruin the run of Astralis and give them their first loss?
Out of all the teams, it'd be VP. I mean, it's poetic.
15-1, Virtus.pro. They've been habitual gatekeepers in ECS. They've fought Space Soldiers twice in relegation matches and stopped Space Soldiers for qualifying, both times going to 5 max. And maybe they'll gatekeep Astralis from a clean sheet, although of course Astralis still have 2 games to go, but
VP has always had the alligator's blood.
that quite didn't work out. Didn't quite work out.
Did a lot of damage though, but he would probably like to kill.
Yeah. Pistols, only Zipex with Kevlar. That's where Dupree, Kevlar and a helmet as well. Yeah, so this is the standard Mihu lurk smoke. It allows him to look underneath. He can jump up here, look over the smoke towards top mid, towards chair as well. But he hasn't quite spotted Glaive, and now Zipex is baiting him. Glaive makes his way past.
So much patience on Glaive. So good.
Yeah, doesn't last very long though. Pasha will spot Magisk towards the B-bomb site. Still dangerous over to Deagle. No longer dangerous because he's dead. Device running through the apartment. Doesn't seem he's going to be stopping for much. Pasha with an off angle. Device never going to look there. And that leaves Zipex alone with 11 HP to try and do more damage. So they've cost a good $10,000 plus to Virtus.pro so far.
Don't crater. Good job.
Now, it seems he was heard. He heard the scope, but that will be that. Round number 13 for VP. Astralis cannot drop any more rounds, I would say, at this point.
Yeah, they're getting at that point where the pressure's on them, and Virtus.pro has a lot of momentum, and Virtus.pro calls a timeout. Trying to make sure, thinking what Astralis might do. Are they going to do it with the default? I mean, Astralis is they're the type of team that have 10 different strats on the map where they'll hit every single angle very efficiently. I mean, they have that ability. They can take B halls, they can do A fake, they can do B fake, they can do default middle to A split. It's just, they have a plethora of things they can do. So when you think in this situation, down 13-6, probably going to bring out probably one of your best strats. And against VP, I don't know what that would be for them. Looks like they might opt to do as a window smoke. Okay, so this is their default, the cat smoke and window smoke. They're going to send 2 people underpass, and these guys are going to probably, they're going to underpass, kind of work the middle a little bit. Well, does a nice flash into the pre, reading that really well. Trying to play peekaboo with Morales. Can't see me. And he wins that fight. Neo though, exchanging the kill at that T ramp, bringing it to 3-on-2 situation. About 43, 100 HP between the 2 Ts. Going to work together, try to maybe bully their way towards A. But Neo is going to try to get these halls information pushing up. But he might get flanked by Magix.
Oh dear.
Oh, that timing is that hurts.
Yeah.
That's like the worst timing.
It's always a smart play. Oh, will he peek me? You know. It's always a smart play to, if you know no one's around A, to move a CT into Palace. Makes it so hard to plant the bomb unless something like that happens.
Yeah, Neo was such in a good spot.
That's a massive insta headshot from Glaive. And now what does Mihu choose to do? Puts a smoke. There's the molly. Now he knows surely someone's going to push through this smoke grenade. There's a flashbang from Glaive, and there is the frag. Great teamwork from Astralis. Only 2 survive. A 4K from Glaive, leading by example. But the money has been somewhat savage for Virtus.pro. What do they choose to do at this juncture?
I think, yeah, they're going to try to buy what they can with 2 alps. With the 2 alps head up, they have a chance of obviously getting those early picks and having the number advantage, especially when you're kind of low on money, don't have much utility. Looks like 0 kits on their side as well. So you're trying to frag it out. He does leg Dupree. Again, he's opping. Dupree's opping over device, so I don't know what they're trying to do here.
I wonder if it was spawn-based. But now he's low, he's going to be opening the remainder of the round anyway. He can't really take a fight with an AK. In the meantime, the B-bomb site has been opened for business, but no one's picked up the bomb. Someone's going to go and rotate that bomb. And I thought Xebex might be doing that, but instead he's cutting off the rotators. Now, it seems Dupree will be going back for the bomb. He better go quickly because Mirage is making his way through the Palace position. He has no idea the bomb's going to be there. I don't know if it's on the low ground or the high. He sees Dupree jumping, but he's collected it.
He's got it.
So
he's gone.
Yeah, that's a funky situation. I don't know if Mirage came up on the radar or what the situation was, but Device is creeping after him. And there is round number 8 for Astralis, and that puts Virtus.pro into Eco Town. They're only 3 rounds away, but that might feel like quite the canyon for Virtus.pro at this point.
3 rounds is still 3 rounds, and Astralis, you know, when they lose, it's by a couple rounds. It's an OT. It's very, very close. So I mean, they got to VPS expect a little bit that there's still a lot of fight left in Astralis, especially for undefeated season in ECS. Be one of the first teams ever, right? There's no other team that's ever done that.
I don't believe so. I think people have come close, including Astralis, but I don't believe that they have actually done that. I think NRG came close maybe last season, but didn't quite make it either. So we've got a stack of CTs on the A bomb site. Twice with the Tech 9. I don't know how to use this weapon anymore. You can't. I feel like you have to be standing still.
Yeah, I think running movement's a little wild.
Yeah, running headshots are not a thing
aim
anymore.
at the stomach, aim at the navel, and you get headshots with it.
I've tried like looking at a particular target on a wall and strafing and trying to aim to see if I'd get what would be a headshot, and it's anything but.
It's like you're
everything
jumping.
but.
It feels like you're jumping.
Yeah.
Here again, here's their default smoke cat, smoke window. Magic's going to work the B. Magic's loves working B. He loves working underpass. It's kind of like, if you think of Astralis as methodical, Magic's is the X factor. He's the random guy. He learns. He likes to do random stuff. Kind of give that Astralis an edge. You know, a little bit of unpredictable.
Oh well, he's doing his best now. They lost 2 plays in mid very early. They're fighting for the B bomb side. They've got to get this frag on short, and Xebex will in fact do that. Nice Molotov over the wall. That's a huge frag from Device. They've turned this one around.
Wow.
It was a 5-on-3 situation, and now it's a 2-on-1 in favor of the opposing force. Neo collecting what utility he can from the carcasses in mid. Device on 11 HP. What is Neo choosing to do here?
Might have to hit him, just saving. He has no kit. His team's really low on money. He's out of position. You're playing against Astralis. Usually the smart thing would be to save, and he will rightfully so. Hopefully maybe get an extra exit kill. Again, chip away. Look at the money on Astralis. You want to kind of get rid of their guns and hopefully get an AWP off device.
There we go, double figures for Astralis. 4 rounds in a row for them now. Taking things more seriously than on the previous map in parts.
I would love to see an A fake from Astralis. They have an A fake which is based off their default. They'll have, you know, they'll toss the window smoke, cat smoke, and then 3 of them will toss smokes A and then run B, while Magix and whoever will go underpass and zip next, and then they kind of lurk up connector while they get kills while Astralis walks B.
Well, we've got the hero AK from Neo. Apart from him, the only man of Kevlar is Pasha. Got a wide array of weaponry in terms of pistols. And now, as far as they've seen stacks before, they're in a good position though to split the B bomb site, and this would really remove a lot of positions for the CTs, but the CTs seem to be prepared for this already. Now, how many frags can they get from this situation? There's another man on short for them who's starting to creep forward with the Caesar. That's Mirage. He's been picked off now, leaving Neo and Snatchy. I think Neo's been seen. Is that a bomb plant attempt? Maybe it was. Bombs on the floor now. Snatchy with a P2000 along with Neo, creating some space, trying to force players into his crosshair. Some more space with the smoke grenades. Match is close. Maybe you were spotted. Molotovs towards the window. Still, we ride with Neo. Soon to be on the reload, I think. 14 bullets, maybe falling back to get that reload in. Magisk in the red, and they may use that smoke to run towards the A bomb site.
Oh, what? Where did they get that read from? That's amazing.
Very nice indeed. And Device, has he got time to hold the cross? Neo falling back. This is absolutely crazy the way this is advancing. And there we go. The bomb's planted for Device now in that mid position. Does he go through the crawl space? Device can't scope in anymore. Neo's got a grenade in his hand, and there's a Tech 9 jumping past. What was that? No!
Oh, the jumping Tech 9. I do feel like the gun is a little more accurate when you're jumping.
Oh, he was in the air. That was such a interesting round to end with a jumping Tech 9 shot. We're back, boys.
I'm more impressed that Astralis left the B bomb site to go all the way to A when they're in B. It's just deep. They're deep in. That's just amazing on their part.
Mirage now has nobody to watch the underpass for him. Don't know if Astralis are fond of it. There's a first kill though. Device doesn't really have the HP to fight, and good thing he's running away because there's a HE sailing towards top mid.
They would have donked him.
Pasha with an angle. There was a smoke on the window, so he doesn't know if somebody's crossed yet. Trying to jump into market, I think. Spots a player. Now Dupree. Does he go for a re-peek?
He's out now.
Easy to avoid that one. Oh. Did he see him? I really don't know. Moving into the site. The numbers are here. Mihu, though, is here for support. And now we've got 3 people in the choke point for the T side. Hatch has been picked off, though. And they will win out. Snatchy flying in and flying out just as fast as the round. Leaving Mirage in a 1 versus 3. Success seems far away for Virtus.pro, and it saves time for Mirage, just as it was for Neo on a previous round.
It's interesting. Crossfire VP head in that B bomb site. I don't think Pasha, if Pasha's getting shot at, his teammate should be able to shoot the side, but they're at angles where they had one at the back of the site and one at the, I guess, boost spot. You can boost yourself in the site. And it was just a weird crossfire because Astralis isolated Pasha, killed him, and then they turned and killed the guy at the bench. And so, you know, on CT side, hopefully VP will be able to iron out these angles a little better, where if I'm peeking here, you should be right here, because then we get 2 angles in one, you know, like a 2-on-1 instead of 1-on-1, 1-on-1.
The B bomb site seems to be proving popular for Astralis in this second half. Magisk he's been doing a lot of work here. He's causing massive problems to them. 22 kills for him. Maybe more. Yeah, he's on 22 for the time being. Device on 29 kills. This has been quite a half for Astralis to catch up after a 9-6 half from Virtus.pro.
I don't remember any of his kills, though.
Yeah, that's Device for you.
I don't remember any of Device's kills.
There's another one for Dupree. Again, the CT's charging through this smoke. It's been more successful for them on previous rounds, but Glaive looking to capitalize on the advantages for Astralis. 4 versus 3 at the moment. And Neo will try to fight back and take some more real estate away. An off angle from Zipex, but the FAMAS will win out on this occasion. Now, the bomb was in T-spawn, it's moving away, but Magisk is still lurking in Palace. Normally expected towards the B-bomb side. This could be a bad surprise for Virtus.pro.
Yeah, he does this once in a while. He'll just mix it up. He'll go Palace, and it might work out in their favor. Because teams will know. They watch the replays. They'll see Magic's. Oh, 80% of the times he's over here. 90% of the time he's in this part of the map.
Oh dear, we may have a meeting of the minds It looks like Device may have the perfect angle for Pasha if he looks to his left, but it seems he's going to miss it completely. Well, now he knows where he is. Does he dare peek? He's only got a Tech 9. He needs to pick his timing well. That's the bomb spotted now. The wide peek with a Tech 9 will do the trick, but which way is he going? There's only so much information on the death cam. In the meantime, Glaive starting to creep into the B bomb site. Looking for a flank is Device, because they still know Neo got a kill on the ramp, and they don't know if he pushed or not. But Neo's back in CT spawn at this point. Now, who's going to be the aggressor? First, it will be Glaive with a crab walk. And that might just be the round. Surely Neo's got to go for it, even with 19 HP. Don't know if there's a kit for him.
Yeah,
there's only so many rounds they can save for.
I think he has to bite the bullet. I think he has to say, like, I know it's so hard. It's 1 and 2. You want to win. You want to be the hero of the team. But look at your life. Look at your kit. Look at your positioning. It's not even worth it. I mean, it's worth it. You get the round, but how likely is it for him to win this round? You have to take that in accountability. And Neo's playing the smarter play here, saving the gun for the next round, you know? Save the gun to fight another day.
And it looks like VP are likely to lose the round. I mean, lose the lead, rather. Well, they're going to lose the lead, but be trailing. That's what I meant to say. Because... Well, let's see the money.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Got 14,000 in Device. Buy ops for days if you wanted to.
Okay, so they are buying Virtus Pro. I had more money than I thought.
Yeah, they got that round loss bonus, so they're probably getting like 3,400 or whatever.
Yeah, they are indeed. All right then. VP are running out of rounds to lose at this point, as it has been 7 in a row for Astralis in this half now. After having lost the second pistol as well as the first.
Snatchy getting the kill. Zip next, making him 4 and 4. Look at this. Strauss is already up connector. Virtus Pro probably has an idea as Neo takes out Dupree in the connector. But Glaive is still there lurking. He's like, is there 2? I don't know if you know. Now they know.
3v3. Glaive will retain control of connector, which denies information towards mid for the most part. Pasha is crawling from the underpass, of course. Pasha all over the place. And that means he must have come from B apps, which probably means they know that B is completely clear now, so they can just run and get the bomb down as fast as possible. There is a player who's already gone through the market though, which is Morels. Now the bomb can't go down because Device has to frag. Now Pasha could flank him on the high ground.
Can't get high ground.
Ooh, no, there's Pasha. Now if he plants the bomb for short, you can spam in the window. Oh, he's going for the AK, it seems. Those boxes, you can spam through those into the window position. Not many people do it. So some people are aware. Maybe it would have helped. But either way, VP back in the lead. They finally win a round with the pressure at its highest.
And Neo getting 2 kills with the AK that he saved from the round before, so it pays off. VP gets the round. But now what is up Astralis's sleeve? Still throwing those pretty much the same 2 smokes, catwalk and window. Very consistent on these guys. They want to deny the push. Like if VP wants to peek and push, they have to go all the way. They have to commit 100%. So that's what the smokes do. They make them commit 100%.
Oh dear. Containment smoke. Now this may thwart the plans. Neo looking to body block people coming through the smoke. Being expected though, and there's a spray from Glaive. He knows what CTs are likely to do in that situation. Once again, a charge through mid from short comes in from Virtus Pro. And it will have mixed results. Now, who has the advantage here? Astralis, they know who's alive, they know a player was on short, and they're trying to move into the B bomb site as fast as they can. We've got CTs on short, CTs in the underpass as well, but the team will have the high ground. Dupree picks off at the bench, but Zipex will trade from apartments. And now, Morels' flank is very, very key. And, oh, was he just spotted by Glaive?
I think
he was, and that's a massive problem. Not shy to peek anyway, is Glaive. Willing to take that fight. And if he keeps Morels contained here, then what can Snatchy really do? It seems it's safe territory once again. They can't afford to lose everything and get resets, Virtus Pro. So they have to run away.
Even though Michu got 2 kills, did a good job. If he would have stayed alive maybe 10 seconds longer, allowed that person from underpass to flank, because Michu peeked a common angle where most likely he knows the person that be peeking in apartments. He had a smoke, still a flash, could have smoked himself out, kind of just sit around, make Astralis come to him instead of him peeking and dying. and that kind of changed the dynamic of the round. Really kind of put VP in a hole right there for buying too early. And so like little things like that make a big difference against really good teams.
This has to be one of the worst rounds in which to be reset, because look what they have. They can't really buy around these weapons. They've got to save for the next round. And here comes the charge from Astralis. Minimal grenades just streaming out. The surge, as the American Army would call it. Neo doing what he can, which won't be much on this occasion. One of the rifles has been lost. Morel's doing what he can. Nice angle from him. He knows his angles. And that will buy some time. If these smokes can disappear, well, there's so much time for Astralis that maybe it's not really the advantage it might otherwise be. Dupree behind the toll booth position. This has not been detected by Virtus.pro. He's gone ahead. He's charging forward, but not for long. Morel's now 1 versus 2. Surprised he got it this far in the first place. He has a smoke grenade, which he can try to use to isolate these players. You've got Magisk in that triple position. He can hear Morels is close. Morels has no idea where he is. And that's match point for Astralis. Will the clean sheet remain?
VP, I think they had 2-3 people at least stacked in the A bomb site. And it was a weird setup because I think it was Snatch. He hit a rifle in the site, and then his teammates had Deagles hiding behind him. Kind of makes you wonder, you like kind of want the Deaglers to be the contact and the rifler to bait the Deaglers, but it's the opposite for VP right there. And Snatch just died immediately because of that. It's a very interesting setup by them. And Astralis going to keep putting pressure on B. They love the B push.
Sluggy even got time for ball cam going into the underpass. And Astralis are going into the B bomb site. Is this the end, my friend? I think that's a question that is ringing out for Virtus.pro. Snatching Morels and Neo, no more saving to be done, no matter how bad the position is. Neo running past the T-spawn position. Don't know if he heard Device top mid, but Device didn't seem to hear him. But this is still wasting time for Neo as he moves into this position. Not quite getting the kill. There it is. We've got 2 kills now, but he's got to speed up. There's no kit on the surviving players for Virtus.pro. Some pre-fire from Xpx, making it 2 versus 2. Go ahead, Snatchy on the way. More pre-fire from Xpx. And now with an AWP of his own, it's Neo versus 2. Xpx spotted, where is the second player up in apartments. He's got all the information now, but he just doesn't have time. There is no kit, and maybe the round's been lost already, especially with that Molotov on the bomb itself. The 5-7 coming in, but it's too late. It's all about stats now.
Oh.
Nice flick from Neo, but the round is with Astralis, as is the game. 16-14.
So close.
They refuse to lose, Astralis.
What a comeback. They won. They only lost 1 round in that comeback in terms they were down like 13-7 or something like that. They just ended up winning out.